Hello and welcome to Benocam. We are back mine exploring again today, and we're going to have a look at Wheal Peevor, which is a mine we haven't actually ever done before. It's a very interesting mine. It's an interesting mine site here, and there's several different shafts here that you can go down. And today we're going to be going and showing you one of the main pumping shafts which you can still drop. Wheal Peevor dates back to the early 1700s when it was first worked for copper. The site would be reached by the construction of the Great County Adit in 1793, which enabled costs to be reduced on pumping and dewatering. The mine would then be operated more economically at depth, where it would go on to be worked for both tin and wolfram, before finally shutting for good in the early 1900s. Mine plans show extensive stoping at depth, but also show shallow and deep adits, which we may be able to reach to access some of the older, shallower workings above the water table. The mine shaft we are going to be looking at today is Sir Fredericks' pumping shaft, which originally reached a depth of 170 fathoms, which is 311 metres, although much of that would now be deep underwater. An interesting feature of this pumping shaft is that records show it is only vertical for the first 50 metres, before a change of angle, which then goes right down into the deeper section of the mine, passing both the shallow and deep adits. A balance bob or angle bob is also situated at this change of direction, and there may well be some evidence of this still left underground. So what's unusual about the site here at Peevor is that it still has all three of its engine houses. So a lot of mine sites would have had three engine houses. This is for working the steam engines. One of them would be for hauling ore and possibly men. The second, which is actually this one in front of us, this one was for pumping. So this was for pumping water. And then the third engine house was usually for stamping. So that was for grinding up the ore which comes to the surface to be able to extract the tin from. And Peevor is an unusual site because it still has all three engine houses. So there's the stamps engine house there in the distance. As we say, this is the pumping. And then that was the winding house. Another good information board here, which explains how the pumping engines worked, which is pretty interesting to see. You can see here the mine engine house with the engine, and then these are your pump rods which have gone down the shaft. And we've mentioned before in some videos about a balance bob and a balance bob pit. This is your balance bob here within this pit. So sometimes underground we find these chambers still. A lot of these things are all gone and been removed, but very often the base and the chamber is still there. And these are the kind of things we're expecting to see down there today, so should be interesting. Right, so we got Andy today. He's going to be keeping a watch on the ropes. Vinny, come say hi. Vinny's very happy about it. He's going to stay up top and do our rigging for us and make sure everything goes smoothly. And then Eric is coming underground with me, and hopefully Nat if she turns up. Everybody excited about today?
Yeah. As long as Nat turns up with a book.
It's going to be warmer right down there than it is up here.
It should be, yeah. This better be good, Vin, because people online will judge your rigging. So look who's also just turned up. We got Nat with us as well. Say hi, Nat.
Hello.
And Nat's just wondering, as you're probably all wondering, what the scuba tank is for. And the idea of that was just because we've never been down this one before, we just thought we'd tie it on the end of the rope, and then if the first person gets down there and there is something really, really horrible and nasty down there, we have a bottle of breathable air which we can survive on long enough to get back out. Right, we are all kitted up. I believe we're ready to go. You ready, Eric?
Yeah, I'm ready, mate. You?
Yeah, looking good.
So for this, I've got the little...
Come on there, Eric, let's do this. Let's get it done. It's time to go be somebody, Eric.
Yeah,
I'm going to go beat somebody, mate.
Right.
No, it's one good thing with these ropes. They're called what they call permanent ropes.
Yeah.
And
You alright? You nice and comfy?
Comfy, mate.
Looking good.
right.
See you directly.
Yeah, give us a good shout when you're on the bottom and you're clear.
Will do, mate.
Basically, got a knot, which is gone.
Looks a bit smaller down there now.
This is the scary bit, isn't it?
That's the best bit.
That ties me a bit too much. Right,
You can always put your hand on this one here as well now.
my weight is on it.
You all good?
I think so. Now, where's the rope? Ooh,
That was a bit of a moment.
okay. I'm going.
Oh, good, good.
Mind the stones. So this is the ledge where it goes from being a vertical shaft above us to the slightly off shaft, and that's where that balance bob pit chamber is. You can just see it there, cut out, so I'll have a look at that in a minute. Is this nail been thrown down, is it?
Be mindful the rope is too short, and also you have to find the back.
Yeah. The whole thing's totally and utterly flooded. Right, there's a tiny little alley. So I can get my ascending gear out. Right, so I've just swung into a little tiny level. You can just see it here, partway in the shaft. There is the way up, which is where Eric and Nat still are on a ledge. And yeah, I went to go down to the bottom of this shaft, and unfortunately at the moment it's completely and utterly flooded. So there's this tiny little adit I've actually swung into here, which you can just see behind me. I'll have a little look down, but I don't think it goes anywhere. And we'll be able to switch back on to climbing gear. And yeah, I'll just get my big torch out and show you down the shaft. So there you can see the bottom of the shaft. There's a few dead pigeons floating in it. It looks pretty grim. And we're definitely not going any further down there. And this is this little middle adit, which I'm in right now, which it goes that way, and it also goes this way behind me to a collapse, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to climb back up now and meet the others and get out, I suppose. Right, so I was just beginning to climb back up, and we spotted a balance bob chamber on the other side of the shaft to which we come down. So I've just managed to swing over and get in that. So we'll show you that now. I'll just show you whereabouts we are in relation to the shaft. So there's Eric, down where the shaft goes from vertical to 45 degrees. And then that is looking back up where Nat has gone climbing back up. So yeah, I'm still clipped on for the minute. And then this behind me is the balance bob pit, which is pretty cool. You don't see many of these above the water table. So we'll have a good look at this. Still some really old timbers here. A few other bits of ironwork there. Lovely piece of timber that, and that one. And yeah, they would have supported the bob as it went down. I don't know where the balance piece would have actually been. Probably somewhere there where my bag is. But it's a big old hole they've cuffed out here. You can even see an old thread bar there sticking out of the beam that would have held something. I don't think anybody's been down here for a while. Little shelf here, look. Maybe for a piece of socket for a piece of timber to go in, I expect. That's actually concrete there as well, look. They're actually concrete pieces they've put in. And there's another socket there in the floor for a large piece of timber. There he goes. He's on the way. Bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. There's a weird groove there by you as well, isn't there, in the wall? See that groove going down by your feet? Yeah. That must be for the pump rods or something. Oh look, recruitment sign for the army. And what are you guys doing here? Little young ones, I think. I guess they've fallen down from up there and not been able to get out, so there you go. Oh, on the way up, quite hard going, quite a long way. It's funny how on the way back up you notice things that you didn't actually notice on the way down, such as these hanging timbers of death just sat here ready to fall down at any point. Never mind, almost there now. Big ol'. It does look quite good actually. Look at these monkeys. Pigeons down here, monkeys up there. At what point, right, if you were a pigeon, at what point would you say, I know where I live in a mine shaft?
I don't know, ask those two. I might give you an answer though.
I think he's trying to answer.
I like it down here, mush.
Maybe they're pigeons with an interest in Cornish mine archaeology. Right, let's go. The air is significantly better up here, I do know that. The air down there is absolutely dire. It could be all the dead material down the bottom, or maybe it's just the total lack of ventilation, or a combination. But, yeah. Whew. Let's get up and we'll talk some more. This is why we need the surface team, see? This is good teamwork, this is. Cameras, lights, that's why it was so heavy going down. Well, it's up, it made it. That should just unclear. I got a present for Vinny, do you want to see it, Vinny? Go over here, come on, have a look in the bag. We've got to go over here somewhere. Oh, you're still alive, mate.
Wheal Peevor.
It'll probably be like that video of the sheep which goes straight back. Throw it that way, don't chuck it.
It's actually fine.
I wouldn't have thought so. I think they're young ones, I think they've fallen out the nest.
There you go.
One each.
I got two of them.
No, we got 4.
We got one each, we're going to have a race. Get a permanent marker and write your name on it.
I don't know they fly.
I wouldn't have thought that. I think they're young ones that have fallen out, but one thing's for sure, they've got much more of a chance up here than they have down there. Yeah, they're absolutely stuffed.
We probably can't see anything because it's so light up there.
Look at that, look. That is a happy looking pigeon, I reckon.
A lot of people being a bit scruffy, they don't look bad health.
They don't look bad health having fallen 50 metres down a mine shaft. You reckon, bird? Look at them, look how happy they are. They're well happy. What do you reckon of the weather, Eric?
That's all right.
It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely bit of Cornish sunshine.
Cornish sunshine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we timed that pretty well. Right, hatch is all back on and it's all bolted back up, so that's all safe. Right, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Apologies for it being such a short trip. We had no idea what was down there. We did get told it did go, but we'll have to try again in the summer when the water level is a lot lower. You can just about see where it does go to some workings, but yeah, we'll have to come back when it's been a lot drier. So thanks for everyone for coming along. Eric over there calling the ropes. Andy and Tom for a surface cover. And the elusive Nat here. And yeah, catch you again soon for another mine adventure.